would you say that the full-serve client is a client that has a bigger budget than the self-serve?
Typically, yes. Because they have a lot of media channels and partnerships to manage. They don't really have time to manage self-serves a lot of times. Some groups have their own divisions that manage DSPs, so they do it on their own too. So it all depends, but typically, yes, you're right.
Okay, so it's the age-old thing, whether you're going to pay more time or more money. So what do you have on your hands? If you have more time on your hands, you do the self-serve. If you have more money on your hands, you do the full-serve.
Absolutely, and it's not really so much a matter of how much money they're making, because a lot of these self-serve guys are crushing and making lots of money as well and spending lots of money on marketing too. It's just that they have a lot of partnerships and a lot of relationships and ad networks and media buys to manage. So it's better for them, for us to be a full-service managed solution where we're backing into whatever CPAs they need to.
Okay. Do you think it's a benefit for you that you offer a full range of options for different people?
Absolutely. We call it wallet share. And what that means is we're actually cross-pollinating and cross-selling and upselling different solutions for the advertisers. So we're really trying to keep them to us. We're not recommending so many other outside solutions. We keep them in the house. So we built a CPA agency called FreshClick a couple of years ago. That's been working really well for us and our clients because we had lots of CPA demand. Advertisers buying on a CPM for us, but then we also had affiliates buying on a CPM too. So we said, hey, the affiliates buying on a CPM, affiliates need CPA offers. And we have direct advertisers running with us too. So we just kind of put them together in a CPA business and it works really well. So the great thing is we're only boarding people that we've trusted for a long time and that have been clients of ours as affiliates. And on the advertiser side, the advertisers are actually doing media buys with us, so the affiliates know that it's performing well on display. So it's good synergy there. And then some of the other solutions, managed CPC, it's the same people. We're just selling them another product that they're already buying somewhere else. Publishers need ad serving. Publishers need SSP. So yeah, it's basically stuff that all makes sense with the relationships we already have. So.
Okay, so for advertisers who want to increase their ROI and get better results with what they're putting out there, what suggestions do you have for optimizing the creative so that it basically converts better?
Well, it's a matter of being able to test as much as you can, but managing the budgets to where you're not losing way too much money. So the issue with most optimization with ad networks in the past has been the exposure's been really high for them. And so I would recommend testing in RTB to get your creatives dialed in. And once you start seeing some wins in RTB, then bring the campaigns over to us on the full service side, and we could leverage those learnings and grow them. You always want to control your loss in the beginning, so jumping into a full service solution maybe is not the best situation. I would say for us it's okay, but we typically want to optimize our time too. So we want to work with campaigns that are at scale already and have learnings to leverage. We don't want to necessarily be the testing grounds on the managed side. That's what our RTB is there for as well. So create campaigns, spend $20 a day, whatever, $50 a day, doesn't matter. Gain the learnings, and then, hey, this is making money on RTB, bring it over to the managed side, and then we can scale it.
Okay, nice. So now that people are accessing more and more websites on their mobile phones, they're spending more and more time looking at teeny little websites instead of big websites.
Hey, I have to tell you that I'm actually enjoying this interview a lot. This is great.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Good to know.
It's awesome. It's what we call an interactive interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So given that more and more people are accessing websites on their little phones, how has that changed the way that ads work, the way that the advertising industry works?
So that's great because we are seeing a big shift, and it's north of 60% now of all the traffic we're seeing is coming from a mobile user agent and a mobile browser. So,
that much?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. So even on display traffic, it's pretty big. So the clients really need to be doing browser targeting with regards to the buys and also landing pages, having mobile pages available. But I think the bigger picture is the mobile supply is growing so much faster than the mobile demand, right? Mobile demand is growing pretty fast, but nowhere near how big the supply is getting. So that means that you have a huge opportunity with regards to lower CPMs and lower rates. It's a great time to leverage. It's kind of like the Wild West with regards to like performance. You could do huge numbers, and some of our clients are seeing like 5, 10, 20x ROIs on their mobile buys because the inventory is so cheap. And what they get really good at is optimizing those buys, but then also it's really creative. It's on the ads and the landing pages that really give you the most lift. So I think that 2014 is going to be a great year for mobile, but it's the same people. So what we're trying to say is it's not a new advertiser or it's not a new publisher. It is just, it's the same people, but helping them understand how to leverage mobile better will make us all a lot more money faster.
Yeah, okay. So from an advertiser standpoint, I mean, either on my phone, the banner ad's going to be really teeny, or it's going to fill the whole screen. So either way, what do they need to start changing in order to make those ads palatable to the consumer, basically?
Yeah, so it's better to have it's better from our perspective to fill your whole screen. And when that happens, it's mobile optimized web, right? So it's a site that has been optimized for a mobile phone. Typically, when you see an ad that size, when the ad is really small, it's a site that is not optimized for the web. Now, if you're doing media buys, if you're doing display buys for desktop channel, and you go to the site on your phone, you see your ad, you need to target out immediately. You need to target out desktop. Target out mobile, because you're paying for those mobile impressions that no one can see, because the site doesn't have an optimized presence for mobile. So you need to optimize that out. So yeah, I mean, there's like nuances like that can make a huge impact on your performance. Because yeah, you're going to see, if you start looking at your logs, 25, 30, 50% of your traffic, even your desktop traffic, is going to be mobile. And if they don't have an optimized site, then it's you're losing money. You're basically paying for mobile ads. You're paying desktop CPMs for mobile ads. So.
Okay, so basically any sites that I'm targeting with my advertising, I should look at those sites on my phone and make sure that they're...
Absolutely. And if it's not optimized for mobile, you need to make sure that you target out, you tell the publisher to target out the mobile, because they're not, they're basically charging you desktop CPMs for mobile inventory, which is great for them, but it's not going to perform. Like, it's a teeny ad, you can't see it, right? So
yeah, so I want my ad on mobile because 60% of people are using mobile.
But you want to pay the mobile rates.
Right, and I also want it to look good.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. I mean, your landing page is secondary. When people start doing media buys, they start thinking it's all about my landing page and my ads. The reality of it is, if you're getting mobile for sure, yes, that is correct. But if you're doing, publisher direct buys, spot buys, things like that, you may not be getting what you think you're getting. So generally, it's counterintuitive to, for the publisher to actually adhere to their filtering, the filtering that you want. So you need to check it, audit it. Yep.
Okay, cool. So what advice do you have for advertisers, for affiliates, and for publishers who are looking for a new solution and might be considering you?
I would say talk with us about the goal specifically, not necessarily a channel. So it's important, because it gets confusing because we do so many things. But then, we do a lot of things, but then if you look around, everyone does a lot of things too, and so it's a little you're lost in translation a little bit. So it's important to understand what the goal is and talk about that specifically, because then we could tell you what product is a good fit for you. Because I could say, you can tell me what your goal is, and I could recommend video, and you've never done video before, and you're saying, hey, I have a direct response product that needs to back into, like a $10 CPA, and you're talking about video. I said, yeah, because my video is clicking north of 2, 3, 4%, and I'm running DR on it, and it's killing. It's doing really well. It's crushing. So that might be a good solution. That is the goal. But if you talk to me about, hey, I want to do a CPM buy for, on display for this, here's my campaign, then I'm just going to give you a CPM. I'm just going to sell you CPM, But I always try to really figure out what the goal is of the client and get to it. The creative ways are most important because there's less congestion in those places. So you might be running, a personal information product or a credit report product on display, which is pretty saturated. But if you talk to me about the goal, then I could recommend video, or I could recommend some other channel where no one else is running, and you don't have any saturation there, or competition with a similar product. So that stuff works well, and we've done it for a long time. We always want to get incremental and creative. We don't want to go head to head with saturation, because it's just up and down. I mean, you'll win half the time, and the other times you'll end up, chasing the dragon for performance. So I would recommend talking about the goal. What is the goal? Hey, I need to hit these types of numbers with regards to CPAs because I'm getting paid this amount, and here's the campaign. And so I'll figure out where to run it. Yep.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Ted.
Thank you.